Hi YouTube and welcome back to my channel. It's been a little bit and I thought you might enjoy a behind the scenes look at not just my fancy schmancy home studio here, right? But also a kind of behind the scenes of a podcast episode. So as some of you know who've been following Dr. Dawn Shop Talk for some time, you know already that I published a book this year that I'm so excited about. We launched it on Valentine's Day as a way for you to show yourself some love if you're a busy woman out there and you want some career tips and tricks. It's called The Career Woman's Secret Playbook. And based on the book, I created the Career Woman's Secret Playbook podcast, where I host episodes that I release on Mondays to help you start your week off on the right foot. Now, if you've been following us for a little while, you know that Dr. Dawn Shop Talk is a career consulting company based on my 31 years of experience, not just in the workforce, but also in managing people, hiring people, sort of like the qualities that I see that have made some of my employees the top performers in an organization. Give me feedback on what I talk about today. Today's episode is all about, travel tips and tricks and how to save time and money when you do. So I know you're going to enjoy it. Okay, with no further delay, I'm going to now show you the actual recording of the episode. All right, have a wonderful day. Don't forget to reach out to me if you need a public speaker or trainer, or if you just want to tell me a little bit about your career. I would love to help you. There's no reason to go on this career journey alone, right? That's what a professional is for. So reach out to me, and remember, your consultation's free. So just give me a shout, or as we like to say here at Shop Talk, let's talk shop, shall we? All right, I hope you enjoy this behind the scenes sneak peek at our next podcast episode, and I'll look forward to talking to you soon. Take care. Hi there, everyone, and welcome back to the Career Woman's Secret Playbook podcast. Now, for my YouTube audience, I'm doing a special edition to my YouTube channel today to kind of give you a behind the scenes of our podcast called, you guessed it, the Career Woman's Secret Playbook podcast. Because, as you know, it's based on my book with the same name. So I'm excited to have you here in my home studio. You can kind of check things out, not only listen to the episode, but see a video recording of it as well, right here in Shop Talk Studio, which is actually a very fancy name for the corner of my home office. Okay. So you can see, oh yeah, it's just a huge headquarters right here. Oh, there's my inspiring words there on the wall to hustle hard. And then one of my favorites, nothing is impossible. The word itself says possible. Don't you love that? So anyway, we are going to get into the podcast episode. This is going to be episode 10 in just a second. So bear with me. We're going to have a quick intro to the episode and then get started. So welcome, YouTube, to our podcast episode.
Are you a strong, independent woman who's passionate about her career? Then this podcast is perfect for you. Based on her book, The Career Woman's Secret Playbook, career coach Dr. Dawn Hamby shares the kind of insider secrets you can only know if you've hired, fired, and promoted employees over the past 30 years.
Ladies, I'm on a mission to help busy women just like you build a career and life you love without sacrificing your work-life balance to get it. Let's inspire and motivate each other only as women can, and have lots of fun along the way.
Whether you're just starting out or have been in the trenches for years, with Dr. Dawn's tools, strategies, and action steps, you can unleash your personal and professional power in a whole new way. Here's today's episode.
Hello, ladies, and welcome to episode 10 of the Career Woman's Secret Playbook podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Dawn, CEO and founder of Dr. Dawn Shop Talk. And with so many folks traveling right now for summer vacation, I thought this would be a perfect time to talk about how to think about time differently when you travel. Now, some of you may have already come back from your summer vacations, and if you have, don't worry. Use these tips for the next time you travel, maybe over the holidays. But think about this. As career women, we are busy enough as it is, right, ladies? That's for sure. So, anything we can do to streamline our endless to do list is definitely a must. And when it comes to travel, the to do list gets kind of long, doesn't it? Packing alone can be stressful. And the last thing you need is to add more stress when you're just trying to enjoy your well earned vacation. So, before we get into some of my favorite tips to help you take off some of this stress right off your plate, if you're new here, I am so glad you found this podcast. If you're a busy career woman who's passionate about your life, then you are in the right place. We are building a community of amazing career women. I'm so excited you're here. I'm so excited you can be here to join us because we are the kind of career women who want to live our lives with more passion and purpose. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future episodes, and be sure to head on over to drdonshoptalk.com for tons of free goodies and resources to help you on your career journey. I'll be sure to include those links in the show notes below, along with the link to the book our podcast is based on. So be sure to check that out. All right, ladies, let's go ahead and start talking about the kind of tips that can help you not only save time, but save money. All right, so I want to start with this concept. Streamlining your packing equals extra time saved. All right, this is a very important formula when it comes to time management when you travel, because this is really what we're talking about. If you got out a calculator and added up the number of extra hours you have to spend deciding on what you're even going to pack, not to mention if you're flying, the TSA lines you have to stand on because you got to check that bag right. Not to mention the errands you're going to have to go on sometimes at the last minute because you just ran out of toiletries. The same toiletries that you use, by the way, every single day. If you added all that up, you would be shocked. Now, I'm going to go into more detail about my time management trips and rephrase. I'm going to go into more detail in the book when it comes to time management, so be sure to check that out. But seriously, ladies, if you were to do the math, you'd be shocked at how much time you're wasting. And it's not necessary because these tips I'm going to share with you today, just these 3 tips, are going to help you quite a bit if you put them into practice. So let's take a look at these tips and let's go ahead and create a seamless and stress-free experience when you travel. Wouldn't that be great? All right, here's tip number 1. You can't control the weather, but you can check it. Now, what I mean by that is this. It's always an important first step to at least get some idea of what the weather is supposed to be. Whether you're traveling to the next town, out of state, or definitely out of the country. You talk about weather changes, right? That can really happen if you're traveling far. So now, sure, the weather can change even when you get there, but at least you would have a basic understanding of what to expect. Now, here's kind of another tip that goes along with this, just in case the weather does change, because we know we really can't control the weather, right? But what you can control is how prepared you are for it. So, a good rule of thumb is to also pack what I call those kind of just in case items. For example, if you're traveling this summer and you're traveling to a hot destination, go ahead and pack a lightweight cardigan or sweater or a jacket, something like that, something you can layer on just in case the weather changes. Or in case the air conditioning is turned up so high, do you know what I mean? Oh my goodness. You walk into a restaurant, you walk into a shop, or even the grocery store, and it is so cold that you might as well be in a meat packing plant, right? So if you go ahead and bring those just in case items, you're going to be good to go. And if it's hot outside, just kind of tie it around your shoulders, around your waist. It won't be a problem. Throw it in a tote bag. You'll be good to go. Now, if you do end up traveling to a cold, destination, okay, or perhaps later in the year, if you're traveling, say, for the holidays, think about this. If you bring the kind of coat that folds down really easily. Like I have a jacket that's made of this wonderful material. I can literally fit it in the corner of a suitcase. But then I have some other, coats that are a little dressier. They would take up a lot of room in a suitcase. So what I do is I actually carry that coat with me. If you're traveling on a plane, you can just use it as a blanket, or you can put it on top of your suitcase in that overhead compartment. Or if you're traveling by car, you can just throw it on top of, the suitcases in the trunk or the back seat, something like that. So think about that because it actually will help save room in your suitcase, which is very important because I'm getting ready to share another tip with you that if you use this properly, ladies, you could pack for an entire week in a carry on bag. I promise you. I'm not kidding. In fact, you could go to my YouTube channel. I have a video about travel tips. And there's actually a picture I show. In fact, I might even put the picture back up when I post this episode on YouTube to show you I'm not kidding. I packed for an entire week. I went on this fabulous cruise with my best girlfriend, Susie. If you're watching this, hi, Susie. And she went on a fabulous Caribbean cruise for her birthday. There were four of us ladies, and I was the only one who packed everything in her carry on suitcase. Now, of course, I had a carry on bag that I put my purse in, and I had other items in there, but I packed for an entire week. And I had not only bathing suits and shorts and cute outfits, because, right, ladies, when we're with the girls, we want to look extra cute, but I also had jewelry. I had cute shoes. I had dresses because, we went on a cruise. So you have to dress up for the captain's dinner, that kind of thing. So, ladies, I'm going to share this second tip with you. Tip number 2 is going to help you accomplish this. It's called my BWS rule for your color scheme. Now, BWS stands for black, white, and splash of color. In other words, go ahead and use black and white clothing as sort of the foundation for your travel wardrobe, right? Because black and white is going to go together beautifully. Then just add a splash of color to change it up. Maybe bring a red cardigan that goes with everything. Or if you don't want to bring additional clothing, change up that color scheme with a statement necklace or some kind of scarf or something you might wear in your hair, something like that. Now, by doing so, not only are all of your pieces going to work together, but you're not going to be stressed out because it's going to look beautiful. Now, let's say you're traveling this summer for work. I can still pack for an entire week for a work conference because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick that one cardigan or that one jacket that goes with everything. I can dress it up, I can dress it down. Also, if you stay simple on your jewelry, choosing cosmetic pieces that won't stress you out if they get lost and stay in that color scheme. In other words, all silver or all gold, and then again, that statement necklace that goes with everything else. Ladies, I promise you, you're going to be able to pack for a week in that carry on bag, but only if you follow not only the second tip and that first tip, but I got to get you to tip number 3. If you do that, you're definitely going to streamline your packing, and it's just going to help you so much on your stress when you travel. All right, tip number 3, I call my stop, drop, and roll packing method. All right, again, like I said earlier, if you follow tips number 1 and 2, then you're on your way to be able to pack for an entire week, like I said. I kid you not. Now, all that's left is for me to explain the stop, drop, and roll packing method. All right, here's what we're going to do. We are going to stop bringing 10 pairs of shoes and so many skincare products that you're sabotaging any chance you have of enjoying carefree packing, okay? I mean, now, Susie, stop listening because no matter what I do, and we've been friends for 43 years, people, I cannot get her to narrow it down to a couple of pairs of shoes, but she's gotten close. She really has. She's almost there. It might take another 43 years, hopefully not. Let me share with you what you can do so you don't have to take this long to get to this point. So here's what you need to do. Let's talk about the shoes for a minute. Be as strategic as you can. All right, and here's how I do it. I pack no more than 3 pairs of shoes for a week. And let me explain how I do that. I pack a pair of walking shoes. Now, not just any old pair of shoes. Since I want to look cute, all right, I'm one of those ladies. I love fashion. I want to look cute when I travel. I'm going to use a pair, excuse me. I'm going to use a pair of walking shoes that I think are really cute. Like I have a pair of black tennis shoes that are so comfortable. They've got that cushion comfort insole. Now, I also love a pair of white tennis shoes. My daughter loves that, but I'm not as good as keeping it as clean as it needs to be. So I kind of go with black, but you could definitely use white. If you have a cute pair of walking shoes, that's going to take you through the day. Now, you need to pack another pair of shoes that needs to be your dress shoes. Pack either a pair of wedges because they're going to be super duper comfortable. Now, if you're 5'1 3/4" like me, you like the height, so a little dressy. But if you're like my friend Susie, I mentioned earlier, she's kind of a tall gal, so she doesn't need the height and she hates heels. So if you hate high heels, unlike me, then just pick a really nice pair of dressier shoes that just go with everything, right? Now, in those dress shoes, you want to pick a pair that's going to be black or white to go with your foundational wardrobe, or a neutral color, maybe a metallic color like gold or silver, or maybe a nude. Either way, you want to wear your largest shoe, put that on as you travel. So, in other words, if you're on a plane, you're going to wear, if the sneakers are larger than the wedges, put those on because in that way it will take up less room in your suitcase. Now, if you're traveling by car, you've got more room probably, but not if you're traveling with other people and maybe in the same vehicle, then you don't want to hog, the back seat or the trunk or what have you. So, really think about that. Now, in the summertime, my extra pair of shoes are going to be fancy sandals or flip flops that go with bathing suits. And if you're smart about your clothes, then you're going to make sure that every, wrap that you use, every cover up, for example, is going to double as a dress or a cute outfit. So I buy like a sarong or a cute dress that really looks great with my flip flops or fancy sandals for my bathing suit, but I can also dress it up with wedges and a statement necklace and wear that same outfit at night, to go out to a nice dinner. So think about that. Now, I want you to do the same thing with your toiletries. Now, this is where Susie goes awry. Susie, I'm picking on you in this episode. Okay. But she would be the first to admit this. All right. She has trouble paring it down to 3 pairs of shoes. And then the toiletries, right? Well, she has lots of fancy schmancy toiletries, lots of different things. But here's the thing. If you make sure that you limit it to those ounces, right? 1, 2, and 3 ounce bottles, then oftentimes, especially with the airlines, if you put it in those clear bags, then they're going to allow you usually to have more than one clear bag. So you can have multiple products. And again, if you're traveling by car, maybe no big deal. But here's the thing. These are products that you use every day, right? Go ahead and invest in the travel size set. And then when you do, here's your next step. I want you to drop those items off in a separate travel size organizer or a bag that can just be thrown in your suitcase or your carry-on, and do not touch them. Don't touch them until you're traveling, because if you do, it'd be easy to run out. Then you're going to have to try to order those travel size items. And sometimes you can't, find those easily. You have to maybe order them ahead of time. Now, here's the third part of the stop, drop, and roll. When you get your shoes pared down, your toiletries in order, you got it in your organizational, bag. The next thing you want to do is you have those outfits laid out, right? Now you're going to want to roll those outfits up, literally into your suitcase. Now, if you haven't heard of this method of packing, let me tell you, it works. If you want to travel light and eliminate the amount of time you have to think about what to wear, the amount of laundry you have to do when you get back home, pack items that can be easily rolled into other items, like socks into shoes. Take your belts and put those along the outside of your suitcase where it doesn't take up much room. There's always pockets of extra space in the corners, and that's where you should also be packing your shoes, by the way. So if you do that, This is actually something else I want to tell you about. If you do this well, you're going to realize that this is no time to pack anything that needs to be starched. In fact, I recommend not bringing anything from the dry cleaners that can get wrinkled. Don't worry about that because it's going to ruin your chances of being able to pack everything in that carry-on bag. Instead, pack fabrics that don't wrinkle, like matte jersey. Oh my gosh, I don't know what is in that fabric. It's amazing. I mean, you can almost roll things up in a ball and throw it in the corner of your suitcase and it won't get, wrinkled. Now, another option is just go ahead and use the iron and ironing board in the hotel room. Most hotel rooms will have it, and if they don't, you can usually request it from housekeeping. Now, if you're traveling to see friends and family, then of course they're going to let you borrow that, um, I went blank. Let me rephrase. And of course, if you're traveling to see family and friends, well, they better let you use the ironing board and the iron, right? Or else, I don't know, you may have to hang out with some other people. I'm just saying. So try that as a technique. Don't worry about going to the dry cleaners. You guys, it's going to save you money. You don't want to have to spend money on dry cleaning before and after your trip. So again, think about fabrics that are wrinkle free. And then also think about, packing in a way that can help. All right. All right, ladies. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's special episode of the Career Woman's Secret Playbook podcast. We are broadcasting this on YouTube as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. Ladies, I always look forward to you joining me for each and every episode. So if you like that episode, be sure to give us a thumbs up, especially if you're watching this on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe. And if you are on your podcast player right now, would you be so kind to give us a 5-star review? We're a brand new podcast, so those reviews can really help us get the word out to other career women who might be looking for a community of like-minded career women who want tips and tricks to make sure that they're living their life full of passion and purpose. All right. So again, I look forward to you joining us next time. And in the meantime, let me end with our favorite motto here at Shop Talk. Okay, we're definitely going to have to edit out the cough there, but here we go. All right, and let me end today's episode with my favorite motto that we have right here at Shop Talk, and it's this. Don't forget, if you're not having a fabulous day, you have the power to make it one. All right, ladies, see you next time. Take care. I know our episode is over, but this is just the beginning. If you're ready to take action but don't know where to start, just head over to DrDawnShopTalk.com for lots of free resources, ways to work together, and for even more. Subscribe to the Dr. Dawn Shop Talk YouTube channel. Remember, ladies, you don't have to take this journey alone. I've got you covered. Till next time.